Hello students, we have started the second unit relational data model, and in previous lecture we have seen the basics of relational data model as well as we have seen the 12 rules specified by the scientist E. Epcot. Scientist E. Epcot has proposed this relational data model, and every relational data model should follow all those 12 rules. Now, in today's lecture, let us see next point, and that is a key concepts. So this is outline of today's lecture. We are going to learn key concepts. We are going to study super key, candidate key, primary key, and foreign key concept. So let us see key concepts. First, definition of key. Key for an entity set is an attribute or a set of attributes which is used to distinguish entities from each other. So we know that in entity set there may be large number of entities. Key attribute, it is single attribute or it may be combination of attributes also, and it is used to distinguish each entity from other entities. For example, roll number in student entity set. So student entity set may consist of hundreds of students suppose, but roll number of every student is unique. It is not repeated. The name of student may be repeated. The address of student may be perhaps same, but roll number of each student is unique. So here you can see in this student table, roll number is a key attribute. That's why underline is shown here. Here in this table, roll number is not repeated. It is having unique values, whereas name of two students is same. Address of these first two students is same. So roll number works as a key attribute in this student table. Similarly, in this subject table, you can see that here subject ID is unique. So it is working as a key attribute. It is a primary key. In Studmarks table, you can see that roll number is repeated. Two times roll number 101 is appearing in this table. Here 102 is also repeated. So in this table, only roll number will not work as a key attribute. So we have to take combination of roll number and subject ID. Here you can see combination of roll number and subject ID is unique. 101 S1, 101 S2, 102 S1, 102 S2. So combination of roll number and subject ID is unique here. So for Studmarks table, roll number comma subject ID, it will work as a key attribute. Here two attributes are considered as key attributes. So this is called as a composite key. Now let us see concept of super key. The set of attributes which can uniquely identify a tuple is called as super key. Super key is any set of attributes which can uniquely identify a tuple. For example, in the previous student table, roll number set consisting of attribute roll number, it will work as a super key because it can uniquely identify each tuple. As well as second super key may be roll number comma name, because combination of roll number comma name, it can also uniquely identify each record in the table. Roll number comma name. So it is also super key. Again third super key is also possible, roll number comma name comma address. Combination of these three attributes can also uniquely identify each record from the table. So this is also super key. Then next super key is roll number, name, address, mobile number. Roll number, name, address and mobile number. So this will also work as a super key because these set of attributes uniquely identify each tuple or record from the table. Similarly, here you can see that mobile number of every student is unique. It is not repeated here. So only mobile number, set consisting of mobile number, it will also work as a super key. So all are super keys of the student table. Means there may be more than one super keys to one table. Second type of key is a candidate key. Definition of candidate key: it is a minimal super key that can uniquely identify any data row in a table. We have seen that there are multiple super keys for student table, but candidate key means it is a minimal super key that can uniquely identify any data row in a table. The candidate keys, they are selected from set of super keys. Here all are, there are total 5 super keys. Candidate keys are selected from set of super keys. The candidate keys do not contain extraneous attribute. They do not contain extraneous attribute. So what is meant by extraneous attribute? Here in second super key, here you can see roll number comma name. It is also super key. But we know that only roll number is also super key. So for identifying each record from the table, only roll number is sufficient. So here name is extraneous attribute. By using only roll number, we can identify each student uniquely. So here name is extraneous attribute. In this super key, name and address are extraneous attributes. Here name, address, mobile number, these are extraneous attributes. In last super key, there is only one attribute, mobile number. So there are no extra attributes. So candidate keys are selected from super keys. So for student table, there are two candidate keys, roll number and mobile number. These are selected from super keys and they do not contain any extraneous attribute. Here only one attribute is present, roll number, and it is sufficient for identifying each record uniquely. Mobile number, it can also identify each record uniquely. So these are two candidate keys of student table. Then another type of key, it is a primary key. Primary key is a key selected from one of the candidate keys and which becomes identifying key of a table. So in previous slide, here we have seen that there are two candidate keys for student table, but primary key is only one, and the primary key is a key selected from one of the candidate keys. The database administrator or database designer will select that primary key. He will designate one of the candidate key as a primary key which will identify each record in the table uniquely. That primary key becomes means for identifying each record uniquely. So there is only one primary key and it is selected by database designer or database administrator. So in previous, here there are two candidate keys. So suppose database designer has selected this roll number as a primary key. So roll number is a primary key for a student table. We have seen that there are multiple super keys. Multiple super keys are possible for one table. Similarly, there may be multiple candidate keys also for one table. But primary key is only one because it is selected by database designer. It is designated by the database designer as a primary means for identifying each record in the table uniquely. So it should have non-null values. Primary key should have non-null values, means value in that primary key attribute should not be null. It should not be null. What is meant by null value? Null value means the value which is missing or the value which is not known. For example, suppose mobile number of some student is not known, then null is written in place of mobile number of that student. Or suppose some student is having some student is not having mobile, so in mobile number field of that student, null value is written. So null means value is missing or value is not known. But the attribute which is a primary key, it will not accept null value. Primary key is a candidate key as well as super key. We have seen that um, candidate key is selected from super keys, as well as primary key is selected from candidate keys. So primary key is also candidate key as well as super key. Every candidate key is also super key because it is selected from super keys itself, but not vice versa. So we can say that primary key is a subset of candidate keys, and candidate key is again subset of super keys, and super key is a superset of all keys. There is one more concept of key, that is a foreign key. A foreign key is an attribute value in a table that acts as a primary key in another table. For example, in this table, here roll number is a primary key of student table, and in stud marks table, RNO and subject ID, these together form primary key of stud marks table. But here this roll number is referring RNO from student marks, it is referring roll number from student table. This RNO from student marks, it is referencing roll number which is a primary key of student table. So here RNO in stud marks table, it is called as a foreign key. Here subject ID is a primary key of subject table, and here in stud marks table, subject ID, it is referring to subject ID from subject table. So here subject ID is primary key in subject table, and in stud marks table subject ID is a foreign key. A foreign key is an attribute value in a table that acts as a primary key in another table. It represents parent-child relationship between tables. Means student table, it is considered as a parent table. It is a parent table because it is having primary key, which is referred by RNO from stud marks table. So here stud marks table is called as a child table and student table is a parent table. Here subject table, it is called as a parent table, and stud marks table is called as a child table because stud marks contains foreign key which is referring to primary key of subject table. So in short, the table which contains foreign key means key which refers to primary key of some other table. So table containing foreign key, it is called as a child table. Table with primary key is a parent table, and table having foreign key which references primary key of first table, it is called as a child table. So RNO from stud marks table, it is a foreign key which references roll number from student table. Subject ID from stud marks table, it is a foreign key which references subject ID from subject table. So this is about foreign key. In this way, we have seen the key concepts. We have seen super key, candidate key, primary key as well as foreign key. So with this, today's lecture is over. Thank you.